All right, Jessica Schneider, thank you so much in Michigan for us. And joining me now, we have Trump's senior advisor, Jack Kingston. He's a former U.S. congressman from Georgia. Thank you so much for being here with us, Congressman. So we heard a lot of new things in this address that Donald Trump gave on teleprompter tonight in Diamond Dale, Michigan. And one of the main parts of his speech was an appeal to black voters. I want you to listen to really the crux of what he said there.
What do you have to lose? You're living in poverty. Your schools are no good. You have no jobs. 58% of your youth is unemployed. What the hell do you have to lose? And at the end of 4 years, I guarantee you that I will get over 95% of the African-American vote. I promise you.
He's polling right now at 2% with African-American voters. Is that the right way to attract a voting bloc that obviously favors Hillary Clinton much more than him?
Well, first of all, our internal polls show us doing better than 2%, but the reality is he's going there and he's taking it to them. He's giving them a proposal. He's saying, you know what, I'm interested. I went to Milwaukee. I'm here tonight. I want to talk to you. And one of the things he actually said last night in North Carolina that kind of went uncovered, but he says, I don't want to preside over another generation of children who are left out of the American dream. I have to stop you just because you say he's going there. He's not. He's in Diamond Dale, which is 93% white. When he was in Milwaukee the other day, it was a part of Milwaukee that wasn't dealing. I mean, it's but Brianna,
it's almost completely white.
I mean, maybe it would have been nice if he went and had a backdrop with a burning car, but the reality is...
No. Look, just to be... I'm not talking about a burning car. I'm talking about meeting with black voters.
Well, he met with David Clark, who, as you know, is the African-American sheriff of Milwaukee, and he's engaged with him. And his rallies are open to the public. Last night in North Carolina, we saw a lot of African-Americans. I wasn't sure about the crowd content tonight, but the reality is these are...
white. We checked.
But they're open to the public, and I mean, there's nothing exclusive, but the reality is, what he is saying is, I want to talk to you. And I want to say this, because it hasn't been covered that much. He actually set up a diversity committee a year ago in the primary. It's headed by Bruce Lavelle out of Atlanta, Georgia, and it's a racial and religious diversity committee, and no one else in the Republican primary had such a thing. So he is real about this, and I want to say that if he had a bad track record on racial discrimination, we would know about it. There would be court records. There would be employment records. He's sincere in reaching out. And the reality is, if you look at Democrat mayor of Milwaukee and programs that have kept a group in poverty, a group unemployed, a group in bad schools, he's saying, you know what? Why not change your voting habits and try something different? Maybe you can get to a better place. But I can say this, that in terms of the African-American community, they should send a signal to Hillary Clinton. They're saying, hey, we're interested. Come talk to us. She hasn't even been close to Milwaukee. I think it would be very good for the African-American community and really anybody to say, you know, we're open for ideas. Competition is good.
She's gone to black churches. She spoke to the NAACP.
She hasn't been
to speak to the NAACP.
She hasn't been till Milwaukee.
National Association of Black Journalists.
You know, she didn't go to the Fraternal Order of Police. She won't say 3 words, Blue Lives Matter. I think that Donald Trump is a different sort of candidate. He's a non-Beltway candidate. He's going to different communities. He's saying different things. He is reaching out. And again, if I was an African-American leader, I would be very tempted to say, you know what, I want to sit down, I want to hear, I want to listen. So the invitation is there, and I think that that's very significant.
Okay, so you said he doesn't have a record of racial discrimination. We did see something yesterday at one of his events that was, I mean, it's pretty eyebrow-raising. You had Donald Trump's security team, and I want to go ahead and show this video. This was an Indian-American man from, or it's a picture here, from a rally last night, and he was removed under the assumption that he was a protester. He's wearing a Trump shirt. His name is Jake Anantha. He's 18 years old. He's a registered Republican and a Donald Trump supporter, and he's pretty sure the only reason he was kicked out was because someone took a look at him and made a decision that he didn't look like a normal Donald Trump supporter. So how does Donald Trump effectively reach out to minority voters if this young man isn't even welcome
Brianna,
in his events?
We can't litigate that based on the film. I don't exactly know what the circumstances
Okay,
are.
wait. Let me tell you. He wasn't doing anything. His parents are Republicans. He's a Republican. He's wearing a Trump T-shirt.
Was it local security? Was it the Secret Service, or was it a Trump employee?
Why does that matter?
Because local security does not work for Donald Trump, and Secret Service does not work for Donald Trump. So I think it matters a lot. The reality is, I know Donald Trump would love to have that young man on the front row cheering. So if something like that happened, I can promise you it did not happen with Donald Trump or any of the management of the Trump team saying, yeah, get rid of this guy because we don't like the way he looks. They absolutely would never do that. Remember, he has 15,000, 20,000 people at his rallies. There's all sorts of people there. So they're used to it.
But there are not many people of color. And when there's a chance to have someone who is genuinely interested in his candidacy, they are made to feel unwelcome.
I think there were dozens and dozens of people who probably first-time Trump rally participants who felt welcome and liked it. And I think that, you know, could be a little bit of let's find this one incident. If there were dozens and dozens of people who said we weren't allowed in there, I think, yeah, you could argue, well, there seems to be a pattern. I have no idea what the background is on that, but I can tell you, looking you in the eye, Donald Trump would love to have him on the front row of the rally. If he is there to support Trump or just to listen, particularly, as you pointed out, he's wearing a Trump shirt. So, you know, if he wants to call me, I'll be glad to see what I can do to find out the background on this. But the reality is, again, Donald Trump is reaching out. He's talking about jobs. He's talking about the economy. He's talking about a failed system which brought us Milwaukee, it brought us Baltimore, it brought us Ferguson. It's something that every year the Democrat Party takes the black vote for granted and never delivers. And
we have many more questions ahead. I will tell you, I don't think that gentleman is going to talk to you because it sounds like he's about to wear a Gary Johnson T-shirt by the way he described it to people. But if you can stand by with me, Congressman Jack Kingston, we have much more to talk about ahead. We'll be right back.